Purpose is a big deal. Basically, Bible college, my ultimate goal was, you're going to tell me what my purpose is. It didn't. And then but my whole Bible college experience, and even I would say probably my first couple of years in pastoral ministry was trying to uncover my purpose while making it look like I knew it all at the same time, right? So kind of a stressful job. And even today, I think, there's books, there's sermons, there's conferences, and people like to believe that you can bottle up purpose and then sell it. And even if it's not true, people like that idea of it. Because I think what most people want, what people value more than purpose, is the persona of having it, right? And so it doesn't even really matter if I have purpose or not.
Right.
What most people are looking for is, how do I make it seem to others as well as myself that I got it? Because if I just have the view of it, I'm good, right? And Instagram really magnifies that. But for those who really want purpose, like I didn't want. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like when I remember working out, and I worked out in Bible college, and I got to 245, and it was the most disappointing moment of my life. We're all bench person. I get to 245, and I've never been stronger. And my dad's, you know my dad, he's a big dude, and he is big, he is strong, and he looks the part. I'm benching 245. There's a guy benching 145 in my Bible college. He's twice as big as I am. And it was one of the most depressing moments in my workout history. Because I'm like, I've done all this lifting. We started at the same time. His max is 145. Mine is 245. I'm 100 pounds more than him that I can bench press. And his chest is just popping and emerging. And I'm like, God has put like a cap on it. I don't look any bigger. I'm slightly bigger than what I was before. And I said, I'll never work out again. So my issue was what a lot of people have, is that they're not looking for the satisfaction of purpose. They want a visual that can deceive others as well as themselves.
Right.
But that's not everybody. So for those who truly want purpose, I would say this. I would say how I uncovered my purpose and how I believe the way purpose works is, first, don't seek purpose. You know, which a lot of people are going to disagree with. But if you're not looking for the visual, then don't seek, because that's what most people think of when they think of purpose. They're looking for a visual. They're looking at an image that you can Instagram. Right. Don't look for that.
No.
Don't seek that. Don't seek purpose. What you should seek is people. Okay, and whether people who are near to your heart, or maybe you just a really callous dude and you don't care about nobody, then just seek whoever's near you. Your workspace, your proxy, your neighborhood, whatever arena of life you find yourself in, and there's another human life, go involve yourself into their world. Okay, and here's what will happen. As you begin to involve yourself in people's lives, you will eventually learn them and learn, the different dynamics of their life. As you do, assert yourself by assisting, helping, and serving them. And very quickly, you're going to find out where you're useful and where you're not useful. Okay? As that happens, begin to concentrate on where you're useful. And you know what's going to happen? Passion is going to begin to follow you. Because there's something that happens when we as humans begin to get outside of ourselves and serve other people. I believe that's the purpose of humanity, is not to serve myself, but to serve others. So the question isn't necessarily what is my purpose, it's uncovering the purpose for us is to serve other people.
Right.
But where do I fit in that bigger picture? Well, I don't think that's going to come through a lot of religious activity, going on a mountaintop and for 6 months praying alone with God. You're probably not going to uncover your purpose that way. I think maybe a very few rare amount of individuals will, but for the most of us, it's going to be by involving ourselves and partnering with other human lives. So the more that you get involved with human life, and not involved as a busybody, as you're using people as projects, but sincerely, like, I'm getting involved, and as I'm involved, I'm just going to be aware of when opportunities come up. I'm going to assert myself, and I'm going to fail, and I'm going to find out that's not my lane. But at the same time, I'm going to find out, hey, I was pretty useful. I'm going to get feedback from people, and I'm going to recognize I have something here, whether it's I'm a natural encourager. I can see the positive outlook on things, or man, I have an ability to fix things. Whatever it is, I'm going to find that out by putting myself in people's lives.
Right.
And so for me, being in Bible college, it didn't give me purpose in the sense of it fulfilled the image and I could Instagram it. But through the course of that journey, looking back, I was able to see, wow, no, I've been walking in my purpose. I needed to get outside of the box of how do I fit it in a frame that I can put on the internet. No. That's not purpose. Purpose is, and here's mine. So for me, and purpose is different than person. Okay, I think that's important to say too.
Yeah.
So they have a crossing, they do intersect, but for me, the who I am is not defined by what I do. Okay, and I think that's important. And so first, you need to know who you are, okay, as a person. For me, I am, what makes me Dewayne, and no one else is like me, is my divinely inspired DNA, my earthly experience, and biblical truth that is constantly renewing my mind. That is what makes me, those three things together uniquely make me Dewayne Coleman Jr. Now, in that person is going to be interconnected to what I do, okay? But before the what I do comes, I first have to have why do I do what I do. That why is going to be rooted in my person. So if I know who I am, then out of who I am is going to flow why I do what I do.
Right.
So I'm going to know why. Why am I getting up? Why am I going here? Why? My why is rooted in my person. Out of my why is then going to come what I do, which most people refer to that as the purpose, the work, what I do. Then in doing what I do, that is going to flow into how I do it, right? And then how I do it is going to dictate or direct where I do it. Most people don't start with the why, they start with the what. So then they end up doing whatever, but in doing whatever, they're not really passionate about it. They don't understand why they're doing it. They just know this is what I do, but they don't know why. And so their passion isn't in the doing, and so passion becomes where I'm doing it, right? That's why the best doctors live on the coast, because most doctors don't do it because they understand their why. They don't know their why. They just know I get a big paycheck, and this is, you find this with a lot of people who do what they do. They don't understand their why, so their passion is really limited, and it's temporal, and so you get fascinated with external things rather than internal things. So you chase location, and you tend to move, or if you get the money, to have multiple locations, because you're trying to make up for internally what you lack internally, externally. So for me, I know who I am. I am, as I said earlier, I'm a son, I'm a husband, and even before I was a husband, so I was a son and I was a friend. And out of that launched my why. In who I am as a son and as a friend, I learned my why is I want to see people have an authentic relationship with Jesus Christ. And for that to me, that looks like being confident of their salvation and having a maturity in their faith. So it's not just I raised my hand and I believe I'm going to heaven, but I actually have a strong, established foundation in relationship with God, and a desire to see my faith elevated year to year. I want to inspire people and help develop people in that way. That why was birthed out of who I am as a son and as a friend.
Right.
So I think you first start with, well, I need to know who I am before I go start doing the what. Because if I have my why, your why doesn't change. My why, that's till the day I die, I will be always in some manner helping people develop in their relationship with God. Now the what may change. It may look like youth ministry. It may look like working with professional athletes or business owners or YouTube channels, whatever. The what can change, but my why never does.
Right.
The what is just a tool that's channeling my why. So if you're looking for a purpose, I would say, you start with, let me just go engage the people in my community. Let me serve, find out where I'm useful, because where I'm useful, that's ordained. God put that in me, and God putting it in you doesn't mean that it's limited to what you were born with. Part of it is your environment and what you were given in environment, whether that's seen as negative or bad. God doesn't waste anything. So whether you were in the slums or you're in the palace or you're highly educated, undereducated, it doesn't matter. There is value in your upbringing, and you got to learn how to recognize that and how to bottle that up, and how does that become useful in my engagements with other people. You serve other people, you're internally going to be satisfied, because that's what you were really built for. You weren't built for making cool Instagram photos. That's just, and that doesn't last.
Right.
It doesn't last.
Right.
So.
Thank you for coming on today. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Once again, this is Living on Purpose. My name is Jay Cortez. This is
Dewayne Coleman.
We're out. That's it.